IPsec, short for Internet Protocol Security, is a set of protocols that was developed by the IETF to support secure exchange of packets at the IP layer. IPsec is an open standard framework for securing network communications. Unlike other security protocols such as Secure Socket Layer and Secure Shell, which work at higher layers, IPsec can protect transport layer protocols and information such as TCP and UDP. IPsec has been deployed widely to implement VPNs, which is virtual private networks. Basically, IPsec is a combination of several different security protocols rolled into one security suite. The Internet Architecture Board found it necessary to implement certain features and goals in the protection and encryption of transmissions. The new upgrade from IPv4 was IPv6 because IPsec does not require any changes or alterations to programs or protocols. It can easily be deployed to existing programs. The IP Security Protocol Suite has the capability of providing security over LANs, public and private ones, and overall across the Internet. The basic goal of IP security are to provide authentication and confidentiality to all Internet communications. Within the authentication role, packets are transmitted and will be verified that they originated from a legitimate sender. The integrity phase will confirm that the contents of the packet did not change by being transmitted. During the final goal of IP security, confidentiality disguises or conceals the content of the message by using some type of encryption method. There are two types of security protocols. First is Secure Shell, known as SSH, sometimes known as Secure Socket Shell. It's a Unix-based command interface and protocol for securely getting access to a remote computer. It is widely used by network administrators to control web and other kinds of severe servers remotely. SSH is actually a suite of three utilities: Slogin, SSH, and SCP, that are secure versions of the earlier Unix utilities: RLogin, RSH, and RCP. SSH commands are encrypted and secure in several ways. Both ends of the client-server connections are authenticated using a digital certificate, and passwords are protected by being encrypted. SSH uses RSA public key cryptography for both connections and authentication. Encryption algorithms include Blowfish, DES, and IDEA. IDEA is the default. Second is Secure Socket Layer. The Secure Socket Layer, SSL, is a commonly used protocol for managing the security of a message transmission on the Internet. SSL has recently been succeeded by Transport Layer Security, TLS, which is based on SSL. SSL uses a program layer located between the Internet's Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTP, and Transport Control Protocol, TCP layers. SSL is included as part of both the Microsoft and Netscape browsers and most web server products. Developed by Netscape, SSL also gained the support of Microsoft and other Internet client-server developers, as well as became the de facto standard until evolved into Transport Layer Security. The sockets part of the term refers to the sockets method of passing data back and forth between a client and the server program in a network or between program layers in the same computer. SSL uses the public and private key encryption system from RSA, which also includes the use of a digital certificate. In order to prevent and decrease the threats to IP security, two security methods have been implemented. The first of the two methods is encapsulation security payloads. Services such as integrity, confidentiality, and authentication are provided within this method. The ESP encrypts layers 4, 5, 6, and 7, and the payload. Sequencing with anti-replay capability works through NAT and provides a metric key for weak authentication. It is regulated by RFC 4303, which provides protection and encryption in the tunnel and transport modes. The second of the two methods, authentication header, uses symmetric keys, HMAC, provides integrity validation for layers 4, 5, 6, and 7, and the payload. It also provides similar services as in the ESP mode. However, it does not provide confidentiality in this mode. Because data encryption is not supported with this method, it is unable to provide confidentiality in the ESP method. Also, this method will not translate the IP addresses, which would be part of the traversing NAT device. Traversing NAT devices allow the IP address to switch from private to public or vice versa. Because content of the packets are modified during this process, the integrity of the transmission is not intact. The authentication header will not allow data that has been modified to complete the transmission process. This feature also prevents address spoofing. The encapsulating security payload feature has an optional feature which could provide identical authentication services contained in the authentication header methods. All phases of IP security are managed by the Internet Protocol security policies. Policies are created to configure Internet Protocol security services. The security services may be configured at different levels and are managed through the following policy tools. WFAS, which is Windows Firewall with Advanced Security. What it does is it assists with configuring IP security services for the Windows Vista clients only. The use of WFAS allows you to export security policies to use in group policy settings. IP Security Snap-in does not support the new security algorithms and other new features available to Windows Vista and Windows Server 2008. The Policy Snap-in tool is used to create IPsec policies running Windows Vista and Windows Server 2008 along with older operating systems. NetSH is a command line utility that allows administrators to perform all the GUI-based tasks, along with other advanced configurations that are available only through NetSH. Finally, GPME, Group Policy Management Editor, allows you to create policies for IPsec services so they can be applied to computer objects within your Active Directory environment. There are two types of IP security modes. First is tunnel mode. The tunnel mode provides secure communications between two networks through a single node. The more secure tunnel mode encrypts both the header and the payload. This means that a new addressing information must be appended to the encrypted packet again. This method is more commonly used between a fixed, secure network and a mobile device, or between two fixed, secure networks. The second mode is the transport mode. It is a default mode for IPsec. It also provides end-to-end security between devices or hosts, such as between a client and server, or for L2, Layer 2 tunneling protocol. Virtual private network solutions are also included for remote access under the transport mode. Transport mode only encrypts the data portion or the payload of each packet through a header. IPsec is a complex and intricate framework for securing networks and the information that is transmitted. IPsec works at the network layer of the Open System Interconnections, the OSI model. And finally, IPsec provides protection at the transport layer, protocols and information such as UDP and TCP. And this concludes my presentation.